ball tonight. It's the Eastern Conference Playoffs, game number 1, the first part of our doubleheader. Detroit plays Indiana, and it's a very intriguing matchup. Not only are these two very, very big rivals, but it is going to be unique because Detroit, if anybody can limit Reggie Miller, it is Detroit with Thomas Dumars, Orlando Woolrich, Rodman, and Lambier. They play very good defense, but Miller, I think, in game number 1, Miller is going to go off, and it's going to look like Indiana's invincible just because it takes time. It does. And right now, we're going to take a look here. It's going to take time for the computer to adjust. I think by the 3rd and 4th quarter, it'll be all right. But right now, Reggie Miller, a great shooter, and that's the thing we were talking about, the early three for Indiana. 11 seconds in. They just look so good now. But he ran off that pick. It's going to take a game or so, a couple quarters, to be able to defend, and there's the steal. Here's Williams. Oh, Williams now. Yeah, this is a one-man team, really. Reggie Miller, that good. There's a long two, and he hits. Two more. It's 5-0 Indiana. As soon as he gets it, he will fire it up. He's the best shooter in the NBA. The Pistons might want to get him maybe in foul trouble. There's Lambier, gets it. They go into Dumars. They try and go against Reggie Miller, and it's 5-2. They're trying to get him in foul trouble. They need to get him in foul trouble. So right now, game 1, Eastern Conference, Chicago and Cleveland are next. 3 for Reggie Miller, and he hits it. It's an early start at 8-2. He's red hot, and that's the way they wanted to start it. But that doesn't mean he's always going to be red hot. Over to Dumars. No, and Rick Smith's the rebound. Over to Reggie. Reggie, one-on-one. They go to Dale Davis, and will it count? And he'll shoot 2. Dennis Rodman with the foul. So, Indiana might be, who knows, a favorite, but it takes a little bit, and then the defense shores up, and it's going to be 1 of 2. Aguirre will come in for Rodman. Rodman already in a couple minutes with the early foul. They're going to sub him out, and you know they're going to keep people in for more. It is an early 10-2 lead, like really early. Isaiah. Indiana's kind of like the Detroit Pistons. When I used to simulate NBA Live 97, the Sacramento Kings, definitely. They're trying to take the air out of the ball. There's Dumars, and they know defensively Indiana does struggle. So they're going to try and slow it down and get the open shot. You always want to look at the ball, but it's like looking at Reggie Miller right now. There it is, fighting through picks, a long 2 and a miss. Here's Isaiah the other way. He's very streaky as a shooter. Both Isaiah and Reggie. Lambier now, when he misses, you know you got an extra. Aguirre, here's Isaiah to the outside. They want to slow it down. They get it into Mark Aguirre, who played for DePaul in the 80s. And as soon as you saw Reggie Miller, see, that's the lapse. People think Reggie will score 50 a game. He might. But when you get him on defense, you'll be like, all right, we could go against him. Because of the foul. No, in the second half, it'll be a little different. He's not a Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan can play great defense. Oh, they go, and that's going to be a foul on Dumars. It's going to be on the ground, though. And John Sally will come in. It helps lesser skilled players when you play extreme. Extreme fast or extreme slow. Williams to Davis. Over, they get it to Reggie Miller, and against Aguirre, and Reggie can't have it. He's a shoot every second. He started out well. Detroit, though, inside. The tip is good. Orlando Woolrich has made it 10-8. You expected a 20-4 start. It was 10-2, 6 in a row for Detroit here in game number 1. First of our doubleheader. Cleveland and Chicago will be next. Reggie, and he's going to hit that 3. He will miss sometimes, but you can't leave him open like that. It's 13-8 in a timeout. I think Detroit wants to talk a little bit about that. Indiana 13, Detroit 8. We'll be back. Right now, it's John Sally's going to put it in. Over, and here's Isaiah. Isaiah to the side. Isaiah to Aguirre. Over, they're going to bring it in to Bill Lambier against Williams. He's got the opening, and it's blocked by Rick Spitz. That's a good thing about help defense. They go inside, and that's going to be an and one. And that is where Indiana's dangerous. Their fast break right there. You see that he had a height advantage and a positional advantage, but then Rick Spitz came over, and that's a 4 or 5 point swing if he makes it. McGuire played it to Paul in the late 70s, early 80s, and that's big. And here's Isaiah. Isaiah into John Sally, and he puts it up and in. So it seems like Indiana spurt, slump, spurt, slump. Right now Detroit trying to hang in at 16-10. Reggie, that's a 3. So Reggie Miller with the 3 keeps running off the picks and getting open. I think Detroit's going to have to really tighten up. It's 19-10. Isaiah again. They thought, if you're going to beat Indiana, it's easier to do it in 5 than it is. Because all you got to do is beat them 3 times, not 4. Here's Williams. And Mo Williams, they go over to Chuck Person. Person has a set shot. Sam Perkins. There's Reggie again. 22-10. And when he's on, he looks unbeatable. But again, you play once, you do what you need to do, and then you adjust, and then let's see how he is. And there's Thomas the miss. Here's Reggie. He's hot. He'll just fire it. No. Oh, that's the rebound, and that's why Indiana's winning, as they get the missed shots. And they put it in. Isaiah Thomas. Woolridge. Lambier. He'll go into Aguirre. Yes. And Mark Aguirre, instead of 20-4, it's 24-12 now. Indiana a little bit porous on defense. They just keep running the plays, and he misses. Woolridge again. He'll move it down. Indiana's got to score, because they know that they're going to give up a lot. Isaiah Lambier open, and it's 24-14. Williams, and that's up and in. He went to the outside, he faked it, and he cut in, and wide open with a minute. So here you go, Aguirre. No. And Rick Smith's the other way. Chuck Person. One-on-one, they're going to hold it. They go outside. Mo Williams. Here in the first quarter. Person. Over to Bo. Chuck Person. Again to Williams, outside, they got to fire, they do, and he hits. That's Chuck Person. They are a high-flying team, and they have 29 in the first quarter. I don't know how long that they can keep this up. But right now, they're more than doubling. There's a long three. No, Rick Spence has been a key. Maybe not statistically, but he gets important rebounds. At the end of one, it is all Indiana here in game number 1 of 5.
The line for your Pacers, Detlef Schrempf.
Take break. 2 shots.
We're back here in the second quarter. I'm just setting up right now a couple things. Detlef Schrempf will shoot, and he's going to miss one. Reggie Miller is on the court, and Detlef Schrempf will shoot another one. Detroit, not really a lot going on. Reggie Miller just so good. It's 32-14. And Isaiah Thomas will come on over. So Thomas. There's Isaiah. He's got, oh, I thought he double dribbled there. They're trying to slow it down, but they're down by 18. So they're going to have to really change the way they look at Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller had a great first quarter, and there it is. Isaiah, the streak shooter, misses, and that's Schrempf the rebound. Playing good defense here in Indiana. Here's Vern Fleming. Into Reggie. Reggie, no. And Sellers will go over to Isaiah. Isaiah, one-on-one. Isaiah will take a look over. There's Isaiah. No. Rebound, and that's John Sally. And he puts it in, and Detroit cuts the lead. But it is 16. Vern Fleming. He'll take a look outside. Now, once Reggie Miller is good, and he's been on so far. They do again, there's the three, and he nails it. That's Reggie, he's hitting everything. You're wondering if this is going to be the whole thing, but right now it's 35-16. There's Isaiah, and he'll hit. Kind of, you get weird scores here. I mean, we're going to go to the Bulls Cavs, and it's going to be totally different. There's another three, and he hits. Reggie Miller is going around screens right now, and the screens are just too effective. Oh, a little too late for Isaiah. Sellers to Thomas. Wire, no. And Reggie Miller again. They are right in his face. They go to Fleming. Firing down. They're going right in his face. Here's Reggie. Out to McLeod. Got it. Oh my. They're on fire. And it looks like Detroit right now has to just, I don't know what you do. Indiana just can't miss. Isaiah to Sellers to John Sally. Game number 1. Thomas. McGuire. There's Thomas. No good. And Williams the other way. 21-18. Fleming. Spitz is going to come back in the game. Fleming, no. And here's the other Thomas. Now they're down, and they need Isaiah in as long as he can get. They're down by 23. They're going to call 3 seconds there, and now they're going to sub. It's 44-18 now. Lambier, and that's good by Spitz, knocked away. Reggie, nice pass, and they score. Chuck Person in Indiana is just blowing Detroit out of the water. And a timeout by the Pistons. Chuck Daly has his hands full right now. It's a 28-point Indiana lead. Such an incredible game so far. 46-18. A big blowout. We're going to get this. We have 2 games today. This is game 1, and then after this will be game 2. Dumars, and that'll be a foul. He's going to shoot to Rick Smith with the foul. I'm guessing what you got to do is get Reggie Miller in trouble early, foul-wise, and go right to him. Dumars, and he hits 1. I I mean, it is not over in a 5-game series. You're always probing and looking, and people felt that this game would be this team, Detroit team. They're not the ones from the 1980s, I'll tell you that. A little bit older and a little bit half a step slower. Rick, no. And there they go. Dumar's the other way. Here it is to Dennis Rodman, and now all of a sudden Rodman is in here. Rodman is a great defender, and if Dennis Rodman were to go on Reggie Miller's at the end of the bench show. Chuck Person, and he hits the three. They're just hitting threes left and right, and they are hot. You got to ask yourself, if they don't hit threes, what's going to happen? Thomas over to Rodman. Rodman was in foul trouble early. He left the game under a minute. There's Lambier. No. Smits again. Smits to Detlef Shrimp. Mo Williams. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep this thing up. Person 49-22. Chuck Person and Dennis Rodman the rebound. Dennis, Isaiah, and they're going to hold for their final shot. And there it is. That's a nice shot by Isaiah. Cuts it to 25. And that'll be the half. At the half, Indiana 49, Detroit 24. A lot of scores and shooting by Indiana. It is just all Indiana. I just don't know what to say. Bring it in, it's 49-24. Here in the third. I mean, this has just been all... That's going to be an offensive screen. They don't like Bill. Bill Lambier doesn't like it. We've had a few games in the regular season, and it has been Bill Lambier, like, doing that. And right now, just different. There's Williams. Reggie! No! And they're going to pick it up and go the other way. They got to be careful because, you know, they might be one of those teams that are hot. That's going to be an and one, and Bill Lambier gets it. Carlos Yaz, good to see you. Good to see you very much. It's great to see you here. Indiana's the anomaly team in this playoffs. And what I mean by that, Carlos, is they're the team that was hot and just shoots and they play a different style than everybody else. It's like Loyola Marymount. Yes, I was thinking, but they got to wait till Game 3. And Game 3, that would be it. That would be the malice there. So Williams out to Chuck Person, got the three. So Chuck Person is shooting threes, and same with Reggie Miller. So Isaiah now. That's another illegal screen by Bill Lambier, and he's getting upset. He's getting a little cheap. Chuck Person, the rifleman, that's right. Boston did not make this playoffs. And Carlos Yaz, stay up. We have another game. Chicago and Cleveland. At Cleveland. It'll be very interesting. If, you know, they're at the bottom of the bracket, Indiana. If Indiana were to play Cleveland in the playoffs, oh my God. There's the tip, no good to rebound, and that's up and in. Orlando Woolridge, it's now 23. So here's Bo Williams. You got two people shooting threes, Chuck Person and Reggie Miller. And they're right on Miller, tight. Rick Spence got it. Now when you do that, you have an opening for Rick Spence, and it's 3-on-3 basketball. You're right, I'm jet lagged a little bit more, not as much as possible. And so for me, in a few hours, I'm going to have my NFL game. So Williams. Person! No! And here they go the other way, Dumars. And into Woolridge. We sound excited even though it's 23 because it's the nature of the game. If Indiana goes cold, then all of a sudden we know the other team can come back. Anybody. Mars, no. And Davis. Williams. It's Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller over Dennis Rodman, and it's 56-31. The chance for a turnaround is going less and less. Dumars, no. Williams. Interested to see, because this has been a close third quarter. Right now they're sticking on him. I'm interested to see game 2. Dale Davis. Super team right now, but you know that can't exist and stay. And that's going to be 58-31, a 27-point game. We'll be back. Fun, isn't it? Here in the third. Lambeer. And Isaiah. Oh, what a play, and that's good. You're going to see these teams getting better and better throughout the playoffs, and people adjusting their defense and everything. I think right now Detroit is a step too slow, so it's going to be interesting. They leave them open, and that isn't what you want. That isn't what you want. It's another 3, and it's 61-33. Timeout, Detroit. They're upset. And when you let Reggie Miller that open, he's just that open. (61-33). As Lambeer will throw it in. And he'll go to Dennis. And Rodman again. Rodman, Dumars. That's one of the reasons that when they move on in the playoffs, and I know we're presupposing games 2 and 3 or whatever, you know, you can't do that. We're going to see what Detroit does. And yeah, 64-35. There they go, Isaiah. Dumars. Isaiah Thomas. It would be interesting to see Indiana against Houston. Houston's defense is absolutely amazing. And then their offense, but they're an 8 seed. And here's Bo. Olajuwon would eat up Rick Spence. That's the thing. There's the rifleman. Yep. 67-35 here in the third. They're hot. You gotta wonder whether they're gonna stay hot. That's gonna be Joe Dumars. Long shot, no good, and Orlando Woolridge. It's times like this that you think that there's hope in the future, but then, you know, offensively, Detroit only 37. Let's put it this way, this is not a good defense. There's Joe Dumars, and he'll go. Person with the foul. Dumars hits one. And one more, and that'll be it. There it is. And that's going to be a foul there. So that's going to be on Sellers. A minute and 40 seconds to go. Another Central Division rivalry, Chicago and Cleveland. But they're on the other side of the bracket, so... Thomas Dumars. Sellers. Oh, they got John Sally wide open, not doing anything. Sellers working the ball all right. Thomas, here's Dumars. There's John Sally. But see, it took him 30 seconds to get that. Mo Williams, 15 assists, mainly to Reggie Miller. Fleming now, Indianapolis. That's Williams and that's Detlef Schrempf. See, you might say whatever about Reggie Miller. Oh, he can do this. He's shooting this. He's shooting. But right now, it's stuff like that that's making Indiana win. Reggie's not going to have 70 a game. It's 71-43. See, Reggie has 33. But that's the thing. He only has 33. Detroit is 43. Indiana has 38 other points that aren't Reggie Miller. And that's what you got to remember is here's Detlef Schrempf, who's having a good game. Schrempf. And they're just going to hold it. They want to make sure Detroit doesn't score at the end of the quarter. No, and Dumars will try and push it down. He'll whip it out. Oh, almost. 28-point lead, Indiana leads. And Indiana well on their way to a Game 1 victory. First of our doubleheader. Stay tuned for Chicago and Cleveland. In Cleveland next. In the fourth quarter now, 71-43, Indiana leads Detroit. And, you know, it's not going to be like this all playoffs, and they know that. We've seen teams destroy other teams in the first round. Schrempf over over to Fleming. And it looks like a lot of backups versus starters. And they just want to hold the ball. Out of bounds, and Detroit will get it.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Isaiah Thomas now.
Isaiah Thomas.
So here's Vern Fleming. Fleming is into Detlef Shrimp. Shrimp is still in there. I think Shrimp has been a very underrated part of this game. You know, you can have the best two men in the world. In, and that is drilling. Good offensive showing on that possession, but right now you have your backups against Detroit starters. Isaiah, oh, that's John Sally. And that's the thing that they want to get. They want to get a little timing back. They want to be able to score a little bit. Here's Vern Fleming. Fleming. There's a three, and Shrimp hits it. Detlef Shrimp hits a three, and it's 76-47. Isaiah now, and it's 29 to lead. Isaiah 27. I mean, they're pushing. You don't normally get. I mean, we had a game this year was 48-39, and that was Houston and Dallas for the right to get to the 8th seed, and Detlef Shrimp, 76-49, and then Fleming. That's Detlef Shrimp against Isaiah Thomas. And here in game number one, Indiana looking really good. The question is, can this continue? Isaiah, that's going to be a foul.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
So subs will come in under 5 minutes to go, and I know that. Hey, 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 goodbye. I mean, Detroit really, when I simulated them on the algorithm, they looked good enough to be in the playoffs. But that's on paper. When I simmed them, they did look a step too slow on defense. And whenever you have Reggie Miller and Chuck Person, you got to have two really good defenders. Now, you do have Dennis Rodman, but you got to be able to switch. And you got to have a really fast defensive team. There it is, and that is Williams. And, oh my goodness, that was the exclamation point. They already had the stem of the exclamation mark drawn, and that was just the point, and Isaiah will score there. What they're trying to do is put things on film. And what I mean by that is when you put things on film, Herb Williams. Herb. Oh, yeah. And Williams again, 82-51. These are high school 8-minute quarters, 35-second shot clock. Zones allowed. You're not going to need a zone against Indiana. And Herb Williams, I remember that. I remember watching Ohio State games when in their gym they had that weird view. When you watched a game, it was like looking exactly from the top down. It wasn't the greatest view. It was like looking at the tops of their heads. When Ohio State would play Indiana was different. It was like you're sitting at press row in the mid-court when they played. Same as the New York Knicks view of the 80s. And a miss there, John Sally. And here's Isaiah. Isaiah now, and they're gonna run it down. I mean, it's 29. You're just trying to get things on film. And what I mean by that is you run different things and you'll notice weaknesses in teams. That's why you keep going. And then what you do is you go down, you break down the film, and you go, oh yeah, well they're having this, so next game we want to start this and this. That's why you get your original starters out of there very early. If you're Indiana, you don't allow the people that are in there to be exposed. Remember, everybody has their weaknesses, and it's team by team. And then what you have to do is you have to adjust to help them. Under 2 minutes to go, and Indiana's going to have a 1-0 lead in this series. Shrimp, and here's Vern Fleming. 82-55, and there's Williams. Shrimp. In the middle of the game, we're going to go over this one, then we're going to show the next one. Detlef. No. Williams, and that's going to be an offensive rebound, and they're just going to hold it. They will. They lead by 27. No, that's K. Williams. K. Williams. And K. Williams had the dunk. I was calling him Herb because I liked Herb, Ohio State guy. One-on-one, and no, that's Thompson. They want to get it out, and Shrimp is inside against Sellers. They got like 4 chances. And with a minute to go, it's not just all Reggie hitting threes. And we'll look at his stats and then go to the next game, but it's not just all him hitting threes. There's Sellers. It's a lot of Indiana doing the right things. Going to hold under 30 seconds. Indiana's going to be up 1-0. They had 84 points today. This is about normal. They're going to be up. Now, Detroit is not going to get their butt kicked like this always. And that's the thing. Thomas with 10 seconds to go. It's going to be Cleveland and Chicago next. If you're here, don't leave, because the next game's going to be way better. And that's going to be the end of game number 1. Indiana loved killing the rival 86-57. It's 1 game, though, and that's going to be the big thing.
Your support is what makes this possible. Please drive home safely.
So there we go, big Pacer fan, yeah, I remember. And as we take a look, we're going to save as, and then we're going to go to the next game. It's going to be a doubleheader here. So as you can take a look right now, Indiana and Detroit, the box score right here, Reggie Miller with 33. He was 9 of 13 with threes, so he doesn't always hit them. But Chuck Person was 5 of 6, he had 17. That's 50. And Detroit had 57, but yet Detlef Shrimp playing a very good game. Notice the assist for Mo Williams had 15 assists. And right now it is pretty good. 8 of 9 free throws for the Pistons. Thomas was all right. John Sally was 5 of 5. Only 5 turnovers. They had 5 of their free throws, but it was a type of game where you just fly up and down, and that's what it was at 29-14. It was 49-24 at the half. Then in the third quarter was all right once they did a few things. So first thing we're going to do is I save. There's number 2. I save after every game. That way, it's something goes wrong, I save in 2 slots. So that's always good. The second thing I'm going to do is a quick little halftime game. Settle settings, tuning sliders. Here it is. I always get the updated ones. Always get the updated ones. So here it is. There it is. A lot of really good things. So there it is, the Realism Sim. There. So that is really good. So that is absolutely good. I had to save. And now I'm just going to hit mine. Done. I update them once because people update things. And it's just like the regular season. Things change. So Indiana beating Detroit there. Cleveland and Chicago. This one will be really good. It will be Cleveland and Chicago. There it is. In Richfield Coliseum. So if you're an Ohio State guy, Carlos Yaz, game 1 here. Remember, first round is it's 5 games. So games 1, 2, and 5 will be, so Indiana will have 1, 2, and 5 in 3rd place. There's Paxson, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, and Cartwright against Price, Elo, Bennett, Nance, and Doherty. About ready to go here. Let me and we're underway. So what I have to do is every game I have to go to camera like this and get a good one. Here's Jordan now. Jordan. Oh yeah. That's why, you know, everybody's gonna have a hot team. An early 2-0 lead. They go to Price. Nothing here. Here's Scotty. Scotty touches the line, and now it's going to be Cleveland ball. This is going to be more brutal of a game. That last game, whenever a team plays an outlier, when a team plays an outlier, then your team's usually 50 points, 60 wins a game, unless you're Indiana. There it is, Brad Doherty, and it's an early 2-2 game. So Bill Cartwright will throw it in, and here's Scotty now. Jordan's in the corner, Scotty will bring it up. Scotty over to the side, and he's fouled and one. I think they're going to get Larry Nance for that one, and it's 4-2 Chicago. Oh yeah, it's going to be a little brutal. It's going to be hard. This is going to be more. That's why I say Indiana and Detroit. Detroit, I don't know if they can even hang with any of these two teams. Simming-wise, algorithm-wise, they finished 6th. But simming-wise, Detroit got beat a lot. Regilo, he's against Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan might almost stole that. Doherty, and they get it back to Elo, a 4-2 game. Here's Williams. Hot Rod. Yes! Left hand, Hot Rod Williams has tied it at 4. And now John Paxson will bring it up. This is You know, this is more of the typical game that you're going to see in the playoffs. Pippen, Scotty, trying to look over, and here's Horace Grant. There's Jordan. And Scotty. Scotty over to Horace Grant. He steps out of bounds. And Cleveland will get it. It is a hard fought. No, it's a... What was it? What kind of a defensive violation? I don't know. Jordan hits it though. I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe he stole the ball and stepped out of bounds. But Jordan has 4 now, and it's 6-4 Chicago. 3. No. He tried to be a Reggie Miller. He'll do that. Jordan to John Paxson. And no good. Paxson against Price. No good there. And Price again. Trying to take the baseline is Bennett. Price. Doherty. Scotty. Scotty is in, and it is rough. Chicago's earning this 8-4 game now. That's the one thing. People think because of Michael Jordan and Pippen that they scored like 180 points a game. They didn't. Chicago didn't score over 100 a lot of the times. There's Price, and he's a shooter and a miss. Grant again. He'll go to Johnny. Michael Jordan now. Over to Grant. Trying to get in. A tough defensive game. Jordan. A foul. I think he might have been on the ground. Lenny Wilkins is the coach of Cleveland. And Hot Rod Williams with the foul. They're actually going to save shooting. Now Chicago will hit it. It's now 9-4. Here in game 1, here in Cleveland. Got it, 10-4. I'm very interested. I think the Blazers, Chicago, they have a good chance. The Celtics, there's a 3. No, Elo. And Scotty the other way. Jordan. Pippen, yes. 12-4 in Chicago has opened up an 8-point lead. Here in game number 1. You see it is the playoffs here in Richfield Coliseum. The 2 got it, Mark Price. Finding a little bit holes in that defense here. Jordan. Scotty. Paxson. That's going to be an offensive foul, and Cleveland will get it back. Is it on Jordan? Yeah, I think it is. It is on Jordan. He said an offensive foul. See, here's the thing with Jordan. They want to keep him out. They don't want him in foul trouble. But here's my point. He usually rests around this time anyway. But get him in if he gets a second foul early in the second. That's usually when he rests anyway. Bennett. Brad Doherty. A 12-6 game. Bennett. Brandon. No, and Scotty the other way. A 12-6 game. Scotty trying to take the baseline against Hot Rod. B.J. Armstrong. Played, I believe, for Iowa in 87-88. Grant, a lot of good ball movement. God, this is fun to watch. Paxton, a lot better than the 90s. The ball movement, everything like that. Not just the ISO with one person on one side. Bennett now. Terrell Brandon, it's weird hearing that background music, which is blatantly Chicago's. Hot Rod, no, and Horace Grant the other way. And they're going to hold down. Here's Armstrong. It is harder to score with the zones. Horace Grant, and it's 14-6.
DJ Armstrong.
Terrell Brandon now. Oh, look at that to Williams. Hot Rod Williams, they dissected that. It's now 14-8. 14-8. Armstrong now to John Paxson. They might want to hold. They got 3 subs coming in. Grant. And that's going to be Elo. See, I'd bounce it off a Chicago player's leg to get those subs in. Terrell Brandon might hold for the final shot. Intercepted. That is Bill Cartwright. Pulls and hits B.J. Armstrong. With a second to go in Chicago, a 16-8 first quarter lead. Oh, I was almost eating my words on that one. The end of one.
16.
Second quarter, Chicago 16, Cleveland 8. Well, Brandon will bring it in, and Cleveland in the first quarter, I mean, it's a tough defensive game. That's going to be a foul.
First personal foul.
It's going to be against Hobson, so it will be a block.
Number 32.
Cleveland with 8 first quarter points, and that's the whole thing. Here's battle again. I'm curious to see what Detroit is going to do in game number 2. I'm very curious on that. Whether it's going to be oh, there's Jordan with the block. But he didn't get it in this league. You still have a lot of time. There's going to be an offensive foul, though. Lenny Wilkins doesn't like it. I think he's frustrated. He's frustrated not only at the call, but mainly at the player doing it.
52.
Chucky Brown is in. Chucky Brown is now in the game. Chucky Brown, one of the all-time called heroes. Chucky is in the game. Jordan. Oh, God. Michael Jordan, I believe he's more dominant in this game than Reggie Miller, because Reggie Miller comes off picks and shoots threes. Jordan is, you see, he got the block, and then he just rose up over everybody, and that's going to be 2 more, 18-10. Cleveland trying to hang with Chicago early here. Here in the second. Jordan. B.J. Armstrong. Offensive foul again.
First personal foul.
Mark Price will go out. Danny Ferry will come in. Oh, Chucky will come out. And under 7 minutes to go, here's battle here in the second part of the doubleheader. This is going to be a good tournament, I know that. Battle, no. Rebound, Williams will go back. Battle. Battle, and that's going to be a foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
So Chicago 18, Cleveland 10. So here's Battle, and he hits one. 18-11. Cleveland slowly getting back into this game, and he misses it. King will go the other way to Hobson. Jordan. No. And Ferry again. They're going to bring it down. They got the stop that they wanted. Here's Battle over to Terrell Brandon. Brandon was in that 4-overtime classic, 155 to 151, about 20 years ago. 25 years ago. I remember that. Battle, no good. 4 overtime when I used to simulate single elimination when I was a kid, NBA Live 98. That was incredible. It was like 81-81. And then in 4 overtimes, each team had around 70 points. Here's BJ. Trying to go in. Jordan. BJ underneath. University of Iowa. No good. And Williams again to rebound. Tough defensive game. Battle, that's the way Chicago likes it. People forget Chicago had the best defense in the league, and they were mid-range in offense, but they were really good, and Battle scores. A turnaround jumper, it's 18-13. Jordan will bring it up here in a second. Not many fouls, just good defense. That's the way you like it. Jordan, one-on-one. Oh, against Price. Jordan again. You know you got Danny Ferry behind you. That's what happened. And he still scored. What happened was he took Price one-on-one. He had Danny Ferry behind him. And Danny Ferry went to throw his hands up, but it was, you can't do that. You can't switch against Jordan. Oh, hey, yeah, it's like an open shot. Battle, got it. Battle has had a great quarter. And it's 20-15, 4.5 to go to the half. They want defense here, Jordan and Armstrong. Jordan. 20-15. Michael to BJ. Oh, look at that. And last year he made, of course, the first NBA All-Star team, of course. How the heck couldn't he? Best player in the league. Best player in the world and the league. Price again. They go outside to Battle. Oh, no. King again. The rebound. They go to Armstrong. Jordan. Stacey King's very good. Jordan, Armstrong. Offensive, defensive things they got to do, especially now. They double down. BJ onto the side. Chicago by 7. That might be Herb Williams. That's Jordan, and no good. You're going to miss once in a while, and he did. That's Reggie Miller. Battle, who's been good today. Brandon to Ferry. Over to Hot Rod. Cleveland's down by 7. They need to score some. They would love to win early. Price, you don't want to go to Chicago Stadium and have to try and win. The first act, there's a 3, and he can't hit it. The first act ever in Chicago Stadium were the Flying Fishers. Great-grandmother was in on that. I know that. Stacey King, and he can't get it, but he gets the offensive rebound.
Cavaliers timeout.
So 24-15, a timeout. We'll be back. Chicago by 9.
I mean, you might say to yourself, well, hey, wait a second. It's just 4
shots, right? You're saying it's a 9-point lead. It could be 3 3-pointers. But you got to understand that whenever you do something like this, it's not just 4 shots. You got to get open for those 4 shots.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
You have to, and that is tough. RD. Bennett. Free. No. Brandon Pippen again. They got a lot of non-shooters shooting 3. Scotty. There it is. Scotty defensively. Cleveland just got back down. That was a hot knife through butter. And nearing the end of the first half, second half of the doubleheader. And there's Battle. No. Rebound. He should go up with it, and he does, and he misses. He gets his own rebound and puts it in. That's what you do. And Chicago has a 26-17 lead. That's going to be B.J. Armstrong, 28-17. Chicago a solid lead so far here. It's going to really have to do something, especially in there is though. It's not the NBA. There's Doherty, 28-19. You know, in the NBA, you say you're down by 9, whatever. You're like, all right, wait till the 4th quarter. Well, 4 8-minute quarters, you got to do it now. There is no waiting, especially 35-second shot clock, limited possessions. Chicago's looking good. They're looking like the team that many thought they would be. They came right into Cleveland here and had a very good first half. Scotty can't get it to roll. At the end of the first half, Chicago, this is about what they do. It's about what you'd expect from them. They lead by 9, 28-19 at the half. Five is 7, 12 points, 1 assist. That's going to be an offensive foul to begin the 3rd quarter. That's not good, and Lenny Wilkins knows that. Oh, but Carlos, yes, the one thing I would say, though, is with the 35-second shot clock, it will limit possessions. But when you look at Chicago, they averaged about 95. So there's Jordan, yes. So they averaged about 95 a game when Jordan won the NBA title. You take away 33% of that because of zone defense, so you're to 60. And they're about a little bit on target. Price for 3 and nails it. It's 30-22. Plus everything's contested. If you watch an NBA game, they do a lot of statistics in the first quarter. Scotty against Elo. I wonder where Elo is today. Jordan misses. Doherty again. Now they want to get it back. 30-22. Price. Bennett. Price. this is big for them. They need some stops. It was 30 to 19, 5 in a row for the Cavaliers. Game number 1. Grant into Jordan. Jordan and 1, and Michael Jordan.
First personal foul.
It is quiet here. Michael Jordan with the and 1. 16 for him. He has half of Chicago's points. Whenever you play these defenses, whenever you play these zones, whenever you play these blah, 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 whatever it is, then all of a sudden, you can score more than 50% of your points, especially with the long shot clock. With the long shot clock, you got to score. You can score more percentage points. So, because you have time to cycle around Doherty, and he scored. He decided to take it. It's a 7-point game. Cleveland here in game number 1. Cleveland even said, we look at this as our Eastern Conference Finals. Jordan, Scotty. And it's 35 to 26. They're hitting the open shots. The fist bump, because you know how big it is. 5.5. Doherty to Larry Nance. Doherty. Got it. 35 to 28. It's now 5 minutes to go. Paxson. They want to go into Bill Cartwright. Jordan. Yes! Michael Jordan is now on fire, and it's 37 to 28 here in the third. Chicago at dominance now. Cleveland came back a little bit, but now it is all Chicago. Larry Nance. They go to Mark Price on the wing, and he misses. Cartwright the rebound. Oh, tried to go to Jordan and out of bounds.
Substitution on the court.
So Horace Grant will go out. It was tipped by the Cavaliers defensively. Jordan, oh, a strip. That happens. Here's Battle. Oh, Pippen just took it back. Scotty. Paxson again to Cartwright. Oh, they double down. Paxson again. Cartwright to try and get it to Pippen. There's a foul underneath Mark Price. Actually, they're going to give it on Brad Doherty. There's Scotty now. And Scotty, I mean, Chicago has been solid today. Williams over to Paxson. Those should just pull right there and miss it. Here's Battle. Nance into Elo. And Elo against Jordan. Yeah. Battle in and out, no good. And there it is. Here's the break. Pippen. 37 to 28. Jordan. Jordan, no. And Doherty again, they go to Price. That's Mark Price, and he hits it. It's 37 to 30 with 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. And Cleveland again, they keep poking their heads through the window. But they try and climb, and Chicago throws grease down the side. They do. Cleveland's like, yeah, we want to go, and then all of a sudden they just throw grease everywhere, and nobody can climb. Scotty to Jordan. Jordan over to Bill Cartwright, who scores. St. John's, Bill Cartwright, 1985. Chris Mullen, Bill Cartwright, that was a really good team. Louis Carnesecca. Doherty, no. Rebound, Nance, yes. Again, they need a stop when they're down by 7. And right now, John Paxson, Chicago, gonna call for things. Jordan. And 1. And Michael Jordan gets fouled. He's the most dominant player. And this is the thing that happens. Michael Jordan, really, when you look at it, he's not a showboat. He's a taunter. He trash talks. He does. And he does certain things. But really, he's not a showboat. Showboating, I've seen before, and a lot of times you might say, well, how? How is that not showboating? Well, I mean, he will taunt you, but he's trying to win a game. And he's trying to keep his brand up.
Ball goes to Cleveland. Now into the lineup for the Bulls. Number 2, Dennis Hobson.
So Chicago 41, Cleveland 32. Out of bounds. Chicago ball. Go to Hobson. Pippen. Hobson. No. And Terrell Brandon. Nearing the end of the third, 41 to 32. Battle. Got it. 41 to 34. Again, there's that 7 points. Do they have any grease left to throw out the window so that Cleveland keeps sliding down the wall? Let's see what they do. They're going to take the final possession here. Armstrong. Pippen. Armstrong hits it 44-34. And I can't understate how important that is and how much of a dagger that was. Of all the things that happen in a game, that is probably the number 1 biggest thing as you see Steve Kerr on the bench. It's 44 to 34. How about that? Now we start the fourth quarter. They have a chance to score 2 in a row and really put this up big. Jordan is hit and he'll go to the line. Mark Price with the foul.
First team foul. Shooting for Chicago. Michael Jordan at the line for 2.
So here's Jordan, and he hits 1. Over to Price. Price is now 12 into Hot Rod. No. This is where Chicago just wants to clamp down and take a 1-0 series lead. Stacey King. Jordan. Good night. 48-34, Cleveland. It's a 7-0 Chicago run. Cleveland again, the grease, they fell down, and they're going to have to get a couple in a row. Again, that three-pointer was just a killer. 4-0 in a quarter. Got that one. 48-36 here in the fourth. Armstrong now. Williams. Oh, that's got to be a jump ball. Now they're going to go to Williams. And two, and no good, and that's going to be 48-38, so they got four in a row. Well, now Chicago, I know you're not going to hit every shot. I know it's going to fluctuate. But this is a big chance. Right now. So whoever's left with us watching this game, these are big possessions. And that's why you give it to Michael Jordan right there. He runs off a pick and he scores 50-38. Well, Brandon to Mark Price. Go to Price again, Brandon. Same thing, trying to go in, and he got it. Jordan's like, all right, I'm not going to club you into the wall. Why do that? 50-40 now, Chicago leads. They got the ball. King against Hot Rod Williams. Jordan, same play, same result, and Cleveland has to call timeout on that. They found their sweet spot. It's Chicago 52, Cleveland 40. To 40, the next 2 minutes are going to be so key in deciding who wins. And a miss there, and here comes Chicago. Jordan. Armstrong. Williams. No. Here they go, Elo. Mark Price. Chucky Brown almost. And they'll shoot two. Second game of the doubleheader. Let Chucky shoot. What I'm doing is on my left. Tonight we're going to have pro football, the Cyro 329 League. But I play whenever I have leagues. I have all the computers simulate every single game. Because if you use the algorithm, then when you get to the playoffs, then it's like you got teams good because of the algorithm and not good because of the simulation. So Chucky Brown will shoot two, and he nails one. Moy nails one of two. It's 52-41 with 4.5 to go in the game. Jordan. This is probably the worst position for Jordan to have, is him have the ball right now. See, he's got to give it up. Scotty, no. That's the problem. Super superstar, having the ball up that high it's hard. But with the 35-second shot clock, you can do it. Chucky into Larry Nance. He's got a advantage. Nance outside. There's Brad Doherty. And it's now 9, and their eyebrows raising a little bit. If Chicago goes on a drought, it could get interesting. But again, they have to make this happen right now. Scotty might have traveled and they didn't like it, but the score there might have shuffled his feet. But it's 54-43. It's been a good game. I mean, you can see definitely that Chicago does have an advantage. There it is, in and out, no good, and Williams a rebound. So if they score again, it could be lights out. John Paxson, they go to Michael Jordan. Jordan. No. Trying to get a rebound. Here's Larry Nance trying to get it in with a 9. Mark Price. And Cartwright will steal it, and here's Chicago. They're going to start to hold. They got to get into an endgame scenario here right now. They can't just be fighting and attacking. You can give up 5 straight, and if you give up 5 straight, that's 2 possessions. If you do it in a hurry, nobody will need to foul. They are kind of going into their endgame. Jordan hits that double teamed, and it's 13, and that should be it. The score, Chicago 56, Cleveland 43. Chicago 56, Cleveland 43. 2 minutes to go here in the 4th, and Craig Elo
2 minutes remaining.
bring it up.
2 minutes.
That's going to be a score, 56-45. They're going to play a little bit of pushing up. Paxson. Pippen over to Jordan. Grant. Jordan. Paxson out to Pippen. They got to do something. Fires. No. And that's Mark Price. They got to hurry up. They got a minute to go. It's an 11-point game, though, and it seems too little too late. Mark Price into Doherty, and it's now 9. They didn't want to give it and 1, but I don't know. I think they're not going to do anything else. Pippen. Cartwright. Scotty. Paxson. Grant. Got it. 58-47, and that'll do it. 33 seconds to go. Game 1 will go to Chicago. Could it have gone another way? I don't know. They got it within 7 a few times, but every time they got it within 7, Chicago just blew it away. And Paxson should just hold and just dribble out this clock here. They're not playing them, and it's a 9-point game. And that's it. Chicago leads 1 game to none. Look at Michael Jordan loving the early Game 1 win. It was hard fought. Chicago was down. I love Channel. Great job. Thank you very much. I am very humbly grateful for anybody watching. Tonight, the NFL Cyro 329 League. The greatest teams of all time. We did the greatest franchises of all time, and now we're going to do the greatest teams of all time. You know, when I say that real quickly, Chicago right here, the box score, they're going to win a lot of ugly games. But you see the Cavaliers had Brad Daugherty with 18. It was solid, about 50% shooting. 8 fouls on a day, 7 offensive rebounds, really not that much. Fouling wise, 1 of 8 in threes. On the other side, 1 of 3 in threes. B.J. Armstrong got it. Michael Jordan was 13 of 18. A lot of close shots for him, but he had about 3 15-footers in a row. And they pulled away the first quarter, put them ahead. They're up 28-19 at the half. Then it was just catch up for Cleveland. Game 2s, they're really going to have to watch out for that. Tomorrow, you're going to have the Warriors at the Jazz. The Jazz are one of the favorites to play in the NBA Finals. And then the Spurs at the Supersonics, one of the other favorites to play in the NBA Finals. That's going to be it for us today. Thank you very much for joining in. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. And real quick, for all those who are a box score enthusiast, there we go, the team comparisons. The Bulls getting the best shots, and Jordan, God, every time he was open from 15, good night. Good night there. That was really, really good. All right, have a great day. We'll see you later.